Hey everyone, welcome to yet another free on Steam. Today we're going to be looking at Frontline Tactics, which seems to be a pretty interesting game. There is some cross-platform multiplayer for this game. You can play this game from your PC with someone on a Mac or an iOS or some other mobile device that has the game on it, which is pretty cool. You can create up to 5 multiplayer games, it looks like. It's also pretty cool. Now, why is this game free? Well, there is microtransactions, but I don't know whether to call it pay to win or not. I mean, technically, yeah, you can buy everything that you need with in-game credits, but you can also buy all your credits without even playing the game. You can just install the game, load it up, and buy enough to create a formidable army pretty fast. Although you would have to spend quite a bit to do that. For example, to buy 12 million credits is about $100. And to unlock new units, well, it's $5 or 200,000 credits. I'm not sure about the balancing of this, but it's an interesting looking game, at least. I can say that. In fact, it might be more balanced than I make it out to be. I don't know. And it is 12 million. Almost 13, so it'd be enough to buy 130 units. No, I don't know. Don't take my word on it. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. So yeah, you can buy new units or piles and piles of credits, which you need credits in order to unlock different abilities for your soldiers as well. So, for example, unlocking a new unit, you would need 200,000 credits, which you can do in your barracks as well. Buying them different guns, each costs different amounts of credits. Let's see, this guy's got a standard weapon. I think I'll actually go ahead and upgrade a new one for him. You can also specialize your units into different classes, such as medics, small arms, submachine guns. Right now this guy is specialized in small arms, so he's got pistols and comes with a grenade. Buy different armors, each costing various amounts of credits as well, which will help your units stay alive longer in combat. So, how does this game play out? The music is epic, but I'm going to have to turn it down a bit. There we go. I can hear myself think now. Yay! Although that's not going to matter as soon as we get into an actual mission. Now, there's a thing here which said unlock after 2 missions. I've actually completed 2 missions, so I wonder what this unlocks. Let's see. Unlocks a Lundzen hideout with 1 slot and a coast of Al-Badar, or this. Let's see. It's available to play. Yeah, I think I'll go with this one, just because it makes sense to me. So I can now go here if I want to. Or I can select one of these other missions. And, well, let's go to a very low threat area, because why not? So you select which mission you want. You don't hit start. You click on these you want to deploy. Then you click start. Of course, me being kind of derpy, I forgot about clicking the units first. Let's see, so this time I am not in an area with any houses. The last 2 missions I did, I was in houses. Let's see. The threat level is very low, so there shouldn't be that many enemies. And they shouldn't have very powerful weaponry. Now I get to deploy my units in these areas, but I can take the time to take a look around the battlefield first if I want to. It's a pretty small map, so there shouldn't be any major hiding spots. In fact, it seems I've got the best of the situation with some walls and sandbags already. So let's deploy the units. Got a guy with a pistol and a grenade, and a guy with a submachine gun. And this will give you little tutorials telling you what exactly you need to pay attention to for the game. For example, line of sight. Now, if you've ever played XCOM Enemy Unknown, this will look a little bit familiar for you moving your units around. You have basic movement range and sprint range. However, you can only choose one of those options. You can either move and then do an attack move, or do the sprint move. You cannot decide to do the sprint move after movement. But since I don't know where the enemy's going to be at, I'm going to get this guy into cover right away. Uh-huh. So there's a camouflage thing here as well, which is pretty good. It makes sense. Let's get you up here. Oops. And turn. Now the enemy's going to take their turn, and it'll go back to us. Now we haven't seen any enemy units yet, which does irritate me because I would have to leave cover in order to see where they're at. Or I think I'll be fine moving right here. And waiting. And you can head over here, take a small break, and there's an enemy. Now, when you attack someone with something like a pistol, you are open for a counterattack. That's because the single-shot weapons do not really do a very good job of suppressing fire. However, things like an SMG and an assault rifle and things like that, they will do suppressive fire, which does help out quite a bit. Now, I do see that there's two more enemy units over here, and since this is a low threat level, I can assume that there's not going to be very many more. Possibly one more guy at the most. I'm going to take a risk and send this guy out here. No enemy units encountered there. Okay, now this is getting a bit ridiculous. So, there is a pretty special feature about SMGs and assault rifles. Due to the amount of bullets they shoot, they have a cone of effect rather than a single target. You can use this to your advantage if you are able to place yourself in good enough positions. Let's see. It's a possibility I might be able to get these guys together right here. Yes, there we go. So I'm able to shoot two guys at the same time with this. Now, these different colored lines represent the range of effectiveness of your weapon. The yellow range is where you're going to do the most damage. The orange is mid damage, and red is minimal damage, which does about half of what you normally would do. Both these guys are in a pretty decent range, so I'm able to take a hefty chunk out of their life. And this guy has come up behind them now, so I'm actually able to do a sneak attack of sorts on them. And due to the angle that my two shooters were at, he was caught in a crossfire situation, which means he takes a little bit more damage than usual. So I can get close enough to do optimal damage, so I think I'll take that instead of sneak attack again. Does more than enough to take him out. I'll get this guy behind cover just in case. I haven't lost a single person on any of these missions yet. And it looks like that hasn't changed yet. I don't know what happens if you lose a soldier. Maybe you lose him permanently, maybe not, I do not know. but it's just best to try not to lose anyone. So, at the end of the mission, you are rewarded credits based on your performance, the threat level, and how many kills you got, plus a base amount for the mission itself. So I earned nearly 30,000 credits for this. I think it was more like 25,000, which isn't bad. It's not. You'll have to do a lot of missions to get new stuff this way, but it's not bad at all. Let's see, and we need to do 4 more missions, which that's actually all that there is left is 4 more missions, so. Let's see, this one's got a 19,000 credit reward. Let's go ahead and give this one a try. And of course I forget to click my units to deploy. I'm very smart. Let's see, this one's outdoors again, but there's a camp this time, it looks like. Let's see, there's 2 areas where we can deploy units this time. So that opens up the possibility for getting some flanking maneuvers. See, I'll have this guy go here, and then the other guy can go right here. And I'll have you move over here, like so. Enemies will take their turn. You can move up here. Oh, there's the enemy. And I'm about to take a pretty decent amount of damage because I just kind of rushed in, although they're not actually shooting at me. That's very peculiar. Perhaps they just haven't seen me yet. Well, they'll probably notice me now. Now here's a situation that you want to avoid. See, I am able to shoot this guy, however, due to the cone of fire effect, my ally is within the range of fire, which means if I were to try to shoot him, I would actually be shooting my ally as well, which is something you really should not do. Because that just makes it easier for the enemy to kill you. Well, he's dead now. Other guy's coming up to shoot me in the back. Well, let's see. This is a fairly interesting situation. However, I can take advantage of their closeness by throwing a grenade right about here. And that just wipes them both out. Which means that I have won. So that was an extremely fast mission. I got 3,000 credits for that. Both my units survived. The threat level was a very low threat level. Got 3 kills. Didn't really get much else for bonuses, so a fairly low amount of credits awarded for that one. But it was a success, so who cares? So, I don't think I'll be taking a look at the multiplayer aspect, because honestly, a lot of people have been playing this game already by now, and those people will have significantly better materials than I do. So a multiplayer game would just be a humiliation on my part. Would I recommend this game then? Yes, I would. Mainly if you enjoy RTS style games. Not RTS, tactics style games. And to be honest, I do enjoy tactic games. They're pretty fun. There's sometimes unique mechanics involved in them, like this one there's actually cone of fire effects that can do damage to your own units. There's the camouflage aspect, which makes sense for a modern military style game. It seems interesting. I would actually play more of this game. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and fave. I will see you next time. Take care, and goodbye.